Hello and namaste. The English language is nobody's special property. It is the property of the imagination. It is the property of the language itself. So, dear students, in this video, I am going to teach you about simple, compound, complex, and compound complex sentences. Whenever you want to write grammatically correct content, it is important to get your sentence formation correct. To understand about sentences, today in this video we are going to learn about different types of sentences. So now let us start. So the most successful writers, effective writes in fact are using these all types of wonderful writing skills and critical reading. The three types of sentences are simple, compound, and complex sentences. There is fourth one, compound complex sentence as well. However, once you know the first three types, you can form the fourth type as well very correctly. So now, let's have a brief overview of simple, compound and complex sentences. The classification of sentences is based on its clause structure. In simple sentence, there is only one independent clause. It means there is only one part that can stand on its own and give out the complete meaning. These sentences are usually used at the beginning of paragraph or essay because they put forward points very clearly and are easy to understand. A simple sentence has the most basic elements of a sentence: a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. Now let us see the examples. So in the first and third examples here, Rita waited for the bus. Rita is subject and waited is verb. And over here, see in this third, this is second one. I'll tell you this after this third one. So I ran to my house. I is subject. Ran is verb. So in this first and third example, there is only one subject. And then in this second example, there are two subjects. Mary and Sam took the bus. Mary and Sam, they are two subjects. So however, these two subjects, they are treated as single unit, and it falls into the category of simple sentence only. The subject is compound subject, but it takes the category of simple because it is having only one verb and one subject. So now next, now features of simple sentences. So simple sentences, they are often but not always short and get right to the point. Simple sentences when used too often make writing pieces very choppy or rough also. And simple sentences are also known as independent clauses because if removed from a compound or complex sentence, they can stand alone. They can alone also give meanings. Simple sentences are often but not always short and get right to the point. So now they even express the complete thought also, and they can even stand alone. Now next, compound sentences. Compound sentence is two simple sentences joined by a conjunction. So compound sentences, they are made up of two independent clauses that are connected by a coordinating conjunction. Now what is this independent clauses over here? So independent clause is the clause that has a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought, and then it is also considered a simple sentence. And now what are these coordinating conjunctions? So in short, I have written this coordinating conjunction as fanboys. So where this you can, it will become easy when you learn this fanboys. So fan, where F stands for, and then A stands for and, N stands for nor, B stands for but, O stands for or, Y stands for yet, and yes stands for so. So these are all coordinating conjunctions used in this compound sentences. Conjunctions, what do? They help the reader see a possible relationship between two simple sentences, and is the most commonly used to connect two independent clauses. So the use of too many ands can also weaken the piece of writing. The point that you should note over here is, so this, the use of too many ands can also make your sentence more complicated. So now next, coordinating conjunctions. Here I have presented all, and then these are to be used in compound sentences. So this fanboys I have explained you earlier also. F means for, A means and, N means nor, B means but, O means or, Y means yet, and S means so. So to make it easy for you to learn, so I've made it like this, fan boys. So now next, let us see few examples. Joe waited for the train, but the train was late. Mary and Sam took the bus and they arrived before the train. I ran to my house, so I missed the bus and train. Now in this first sentence, so Joe waited for the train. The train was late. Is joined by the coordinating conjunction. Which one is the coordinating conjunction over here? But. So in second sentence, this Mary and Sam took the bus and they arrived before the train. So here two nouns, the names of persons Mary and Sam, they are joined by and this is a compound subject, and then again here also and is used to join the two sentence, these two clauses, and with and in between. So they are this in this Mary and Sam, these two act as a single unit, whereas now because of this and it, the two clauses, they are joined together. So now again this in I ran to my house, so I missed the bus. So here also these two sentences are joined with another, and after the comma with this, it is a compound sentence. So now next is sentences. So what are these complex sentences now? Complex sentences, they are made up of independent clause. So we have already read about independent clause, and one more dependent clauses do. So now what is this dependent clause? Dependent clause, it has a subject and a verb, and it does not express a complete thought alone, and it cannot even stand alone. When it is used alone, it doesn't even provide any meaning also. Now examples of dependent clauses. So, uh, dependent clauses, they cannot stand alone but can be added to an independent clause to make a complex sentence. So now here I have given few examples. Because Joe waited too long. So this is a dependent clause. So does it give any meaning when this much is this sentence is only said to you? I don't think so. So it doesn't even give us a complete thought also. So that's why now this is a dependent. It needs another portion of the sentence also to give the complete meaning. Now in the second example also, since the bus left, so alone it does not give any meaning also, and it cannot stand alone, and it doesn't have any complete thought also. So that's why now this is also a dependent clause. It needs another part also, it needs another clause also to complete its sentence. So after he ate dinner, this also it doesn't have any complete thought. So that's why it is also a dependent clause. Now next, subordinating conjunctions. What are these now? So now a dependent subordinate clause cannot stand as a sentence, stand alone as a sentence. A subordinating conjunction introduces a subordinate clause and joins it to a main clause to give meaning to a sentence. So now these are some of the examples of subordinating conjunctions which are frequently used. So after, although, as, because, before, even though, if, since, though, unless, until, when, whenever, whereas, wherever, while. So now a few examples. So now, because Joe waited too long, he missed the bus and he was late to work. Since the bus was late, Sam had to wait in bus line for over an hour. After he ate dinner, Joe fell asleep on the coach. So now in this first sentence, which one is subordinating conjunction over here? Okay, yes, it's because. So now which one is the independent clause? He missed the bus and he was late to work. So this is the independent clause. Even if it is used alone, it have some meaning. It gives us some meaning. It can stand alone also. So that's why it is a independent clause. Now see this first one, because Joe waited too long. So this is a dependent clause because it alone doesn't have any meaning. It needs this second part of the sentence to have the complete meaning. So that's why this is a dependent clause. And now again let's see in the second example, in the second sentence, which one is the subordinating clause over here? Okay, since it is a subordinating clause. So now which one is the dependent clause over here? So since the bus was late, so this one is the dependent clause, since it alone does not have any sense. And then independent clause here is Sam had to wait in bus line for over an hour. Since this alone have also some sense and some meaning is there if we say this alone also. And now in this third sentence, after is what this here, after is what, after is the subordinating conjunction, and after he ate dinner is the dependent clause since it alone does not have any sense. So and Joe fell asleep on the coach, it is the independent clause since it also have meaning alone. So now next, complex sentences. So features of complex sentences. So now these sentences, they are more effective than compound sentences and show an even clearer relationship. Now next is compound complex sentences. Now these compound complex sentences consist of compound sentence and a complex sentence both. So they consist of two independent clauses and one more dependent clause. So now let us see a few examples. So you can understand more with these examples. So now in this first sentence, as the bus rolled by, Mary yelled out and Joe chased it down the street. So over here this as is what? It is the subordinating conjunction. As the bus rolled by is the dependent clause over here. And then there are two independent clauses over here joined by this coordinating conjunctions and. So which are the two independent clauses over here? Mary yelled out and then Joe chased it down the street, as they can stand alone and they have the meaning. And now in this second example, let us see. So even though this is what? It is the subordinating conjunction. And this yet over here, it is what? It is the coordinating conjunction. And they have, which have joined two independent clauses, still stopped at every stop and never picked up Mary and Sam. Now here this Mary and Sam, again it is a compound subject. And now the bus, even though it was late, this is a dependent clause. At last, these compound complex sentences are very effective and great at showing a relationship among subjects, but should be used sparingly or in small quantities. Thank you and have a nice time.